In a Christian world, we often talk about God's power, His character, and His commands. We're very familiar with hearing about what God wants from us, how He wants us to live, and who He wants us to be. However, despite the fact we are made in His image, we forget He is also emotionally complex. He does not experience emotions the same way we do because he is not limited as we are and has not experienced the brokenness of sin. But the Bible refers to many instances where God felt everything from compassion to rage to joy to grief to amusement, laughed at him, even jealousy. So perhaps you never asked yourself how he feels specifically about you. You may instantly respond with the automatic answer of love, and that will be true. But what else? How do you think he feels about your hurt and the situations that led to it? Knowing that he sees every action and every thought you've ever had, how do you think he felt about you in your darkest moments of sin, past or present? What do you think God feels towards you right now? Most of the time when we're struggling through depression, we either feel that God doesn't care about our hurt or that he does to a point, but cares more about the lesson that he's trying to teach us. That's a cruel teacher. With either perspective, we rob God of his compassionate heart and his powerful emotional connection towards us. It's difficult to understand what emotion looks like on an invisible, perfect, and all powerful being, which is why we look at Jesus, God in the flesh. One of the most beautiful descriptions of Jesus called him a man of suffering and familiar with pain. Two lines further, they say, why? He took up our pain and bore our sorrow, right? He is despised and rejected of men, a man of sorrows and acquainted with grief. And we hid, as it were, our faces from him. He was despised and esteemed, and we esteemed him not. Surely he had borne our griefs and carried our sorrows. Yet we esteemed him stricken, smitten of God, and afflicted. It's Isaiah 53 and 3 and 4. Our God isn't a God who tells us to grit and bear it because he has a plan. Our God is a God whose heart breaks with ours, a God who does not stand above us shaking his head at our mess, but enters into the mud and heaviness with us. How could real unconditional love do anything less? So go ahead, ask God how he feels about you and what you're going through, and know that his response will be tender because his heart does break with ours. Bless God. But when he saw the multitudes, he was moved with compassion on them because they fainted. They were scattered abroad as sheep having no shepherd. Matthew 9:36. And again, sing, O heavens, and be joyful, O earth, and break forth into singing, O mountains. For the Lord hath comforted his people and will have mercy upon his afflicted. Isaiah 49:13. I know you're having a hard time. Keep your head up. Stay in the game.